Howdy folks, I come to you from my front porch on a Sunday afternoon, hoping that at least as you're watching YouTube videos in the dark depths of the night that you're also finding some time to get outside and enjoy about the two most beautiful weeks of weather that we'll have this year. So, let's talk strings. Strings are class types, and the reason that I'm talking to you a little bit about them on their homework tonight is because on Thursday, we're going to look at their API. And see their methods and see how we can actually start to manipulate parts of words and understand them a little bit better. It's going to be really cool. But before we get to that point, I just wanted to make sure that we're pretty comfortable with a lot of the rules that already exist for strings, particularly in how you can put different components together and add some special characters into the middle of them. So I just wanted to give a little overview of a few basic string rules that we haven't learned yet, but have kind of used a little bit to make sure that we're good when we actually start manipulating strings on Thursday. So you all know something like this at this point. You know, on your first mastery coding assignment, you had tons of stuff that was like movie, string equals, whatever, APCSA, the movie. Actually, we could see something more interesting in that. One of you who kept working with me always put in Hotel Transylvania as their movie, so we'll roll with that for today. And I've got the string that's this actual component there. And we know at this point that we can kind of put different pieces of something together. You know, I can say movie name. And as a quick reminder, since I know it from last time, whatever is in quotes actually shows up on the screen. And we can use a plus symbol to combine different pieces together. So as a quick reminder, whatever is in quotes is actually going to show up on your page when you create a string. And writing a variable name will access whatever is inside. So I do this, bada bing, bada boom. I've got some sort of program that says movie name Hotel Transylvania. What we didn't explicitly state before we did our mastery assignment, though it is something that you all had to use, is that we can actually put a bunch of components together in the same space by continuing to add to them. As a quick reminder, whatever is inside of your print statement acts like a string. And we can put multiple of them together. Our fancy word for it is concatenate, including messages in quotes, like movie name and movie score, alongside variable values, like I've done here. I've got a message in quotes, I've got a variable movie name, I've got a message in quotes, I've got a variable score. I put them all together with the plus sign, and my code is actually going to process that pretty well. And bada bing, bada boom. Movie name, Hotel Transylvania. Movie score, 98. Looking good to me so far. Now, there's actually a little bit of an easier way to do this than writing them all in one plus statement. And that method is what I'm going to call the plus equals statement, which means continue to add on words in quotes or variables for code. Looks like my plugin crashed, so let me pause for a minute. So rather than take all four of these and put them in the same print statement, I've got two options. I can either say string entire message. Maybe I create an entire message that has all four of these things put together. And then just print out entire message. Or I can do something a little bit interesting. I can add each component one at a time. Say, for example, defining the first piece here. I'll just put movie name message. Then I'm going to write the variable name again, and I'm going to put plus equals, and then I'm going to put movie name. I can use plus equals to add on to whatever is already at the end of my string message. And in this case, I just added on whatever is in movie name, which we know is Hotel Transylvania, but we can change to whatever we want since it's a variable name. And now what I've done is I've sequentially added on each of the different components that I've had before. Movie name plus equals movie name the variable, movie score the message plus equals score. I've got this variable called my entire message. And now I print it out over here. And it prints the exact same way as when I added these four things together in my print statement the first time. So I can define a variable string. I can use plus equals to continue adding components onto it. And I can print that all to the screen. Now, in my opinion, it looks a little bit sloppy here. Because this message right now does say movie name Hotel Transylvania, movie score 98. I have heard it is one of the highest rated movies of all time. Never seen it myself, but you can ask your classmates who are into it. But it kind of looks to me like Hotel Transylvania and movie score blend into the same line. Like, wouldn't it be nice if we could put them on separate lines? The way to do that is with what we call an escape character. An escape character allows us to put a special symbol into the quotes of a string. And they always start in the quotes with a backslash instead of a forward slash, since we use our forward slash for comments. The first one that we're going to look at is /n. Now, I said before, wouldn't it be nice if we could put the movie score on the next line? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and inside of my quote, I'm going to put \n, and you'll notice that replet makes it light up purple. \n, if you put it inside quotes, means start a new line in the middle of my string. So now when I run it, and it prints it out, it's moved this movie score 98 thing down to the next line. There's three other escape characters that we're really interested in. If I wanted to give it some space, but maybe not an entire line, I can put /t, which puts a tab, which is something like 10 spaces in the middle of your code. I put /t here. Now when I run my code, since it's right in front of the word movie score, it won't create a new line, but it does leave a little bit of extra space between those things rather than just one. It's added a new tab. Now you might have also wondered, Mr. Barron, if there are quotes on the outside, how do I actually put real life quotes in to my code? The answer, young Padawan, is to put a / and then a single quote, or a double quote, whenever you want to put a quote. And this will work for single quotes also. A / and then a single quote. Will allow you to put single quotes inside of your strings. So let's say that I actually wanted to display the word Hotel Transylvania with quotes around the outside so that you knew that was the entire movie name. But it gets a little bit confusing. I'm going to put a / and then a double quote here. You'll see it lights up pink. I'm going to put a / and then a double quote here. You'll see this lights up pink. And that means that Java will read this and interpret it as put some quotes around my answer when you print it to the screen. One forewarning though, if you put a quote in Java, sometimes it makes two at the same time. That's kind of its default reaction. So make sure that you're paying attention to that in case it gives you a little typo, like it just did for me. Now I go over here, and the Hotel Transylvania movie is in quotes when I actually print out my message. Quotes are saved into the message of this string. So just to make sure that we're good on the same page, we know now how to use the plus equals sign to add multiple components to our string and continue adding them. We know how to use escape characters, these four listed up here and also listed in your notes. And we know that strings are class types, so now that we can add these to them, when we come back to class on Thursday, we're going to start learning about the methods that they have and how we can actually do some pretty interesting jobs with them. Remember, methods equals jobs. We've got some really interesting jobs that we can start to use strings for. And they'll be the last class that we cover in this introductory unit on classes. Your homework on this is 3 simple coding questions. Feel free to shoot me an email or ask a question if you have any on there. I suggest maybe trying it out on Wednesday because it won't take you too long to do. And don't forget to study for our little quiz on Thursday morning. Thanks for hanging. Oh, subscribe to my video. I only have like 17 subscribers, but I've had like 200 students watch this. That means I'm not doing so hot.